Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Rama Krishna.
Yadavaya Namaha.
Oh, Hare Govinda,
Sri Madhusudhanam.
Oh, Govinda,
Pangun Langai Tegirim.
Yatsi Sadhavan Mande,
Sri Gurum Dhinatharinam.
Hare
Sri Chaitanyamishwaram.
Hare Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat.
Reading from Sri Chaitanya Shikshamrita by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. We're continuing the section is titled Anartha-vicāra. Anartha-vicāra. Our Vichara. Anartha-vicāra. Discussion on anarthas. Section 6. Being overcome by grief and so on. Note, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 12115. How is it possible for Mukunda to appear in the mind of a person whose mind is afflicted with lamentation, anger, or other emotions?
So, material emotions like lamentation, anger,
So, material emotions like lamentation, anger
should not be in the mind.
should not be in the mind.
Then how will there be opportunity for thoughts of the Supreme Personality Godhead model to appear?
If they are there, how is it possible for thoughts of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhava, to be there? Okay. Number 7, disrespect towards other deities. Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 26. Translation. Yeah. Those who are serious about liberation are certainly non-envious, and they respect all. Yet, they reject the horrible and ghastly forms of the demigods and worship only the all blissful forms of Lord Vishnu and his plenary portions.
Krishna and his plenary portions are blissful.
Krishna and his plenary portions are blissful.
And some of the devas have they wear crowns of skulls and that gives the kind of appearance.
And some of the devas, they wear garlands of skulls and they are a bit ghastly types.
So they're not worshipped as the Supreme Personality Godhead.
And they are not worshipped as Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Worship is kept to Krishna and his expansions.
The worship is kept for Lord Vishnu and his expansions.
But in spite of that, we don't envy the forms of the deities.
But in spite of that, we don't envy the other forms of demigods. Okay. Section 8, causing anxiety to all beings.
Some of the demons they particularly like to cause anxiety to all the living beings.
So some of the demons, they particularly like to give anxiety to all the living beings.
So this is a obstacle in devotional service.
So this is an obstacle in devotional service. Number 9, offenses in service and chanting.
So the 10 offenses to the holy name.
So there are 10 offenses to the holy name,
Nectar of devotion, many of the seven odds are given.
and in nectar of devotion, many of the seva aparadhas are given,
About 64.
about 64.
So someone who's routinely doing these offenses, how they are obstructing their devotional service.
So someone who is approaching these offenses, their devotional service is getting obstructed. Number 10, approving or assisting in blasphemy of the Lord and his devotees.
So they blasphemy of the devotees who spread the holy name is the first offense against the holy name.
So, hearing the blasphemy of devotees who are spreading the holy name is the first offense against the Harinam.
So if someone by his non comment is approving of such blasphemy,
So, if someone by his non commenting on this blasphemy is approving of this blasphemy,
or someone is assisting
or if someone is assisting,
under the offense made, has assist by giving more offense.
in this way the offense is made, and if one assists by adding more, then it's a bigger offense.
So that is also to devotional service.
So that is an obstacle to devotional service. There are 6 types of bahir mukha jana. A person, this is the next section. There are 6 types of bahir mukha jana. A person influenced by the external energy, or a mundane person. Number 1, a person devoid of morals and without faith in God. Number 2, a moral person yet with disbelief in God. Number 3, a moral person who acknowledges God but considers God to be subordinate to ethics. Number 4, a hypocrite or pretender, like the cat or the heron, and those deceived by them. Number 5, an impersonalist. And number 6, a believer in many gods.
So these are various type of offenses
So these are various types of offenses.
and uh, different types of not believing in the personality of God.
These are different types of not believing in the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
Or having a distorted view of God.
or they are having distorted view of God.
Therefore, they can't engage in pure devotional service.
And therefore they cannot engage in pure devotional service. 1.1, individuals without ethics and without faith in God. Commentary: those who do not accept ethics and God are inclined towards vikarma, improper actions, and akarma, inaction. Without ethics, licentious behavior occurs. For the pursuit of sensory pleasures and self interest, unethical atheists cause great harm in the world. Some individuals accept ethics but do not acknowledge God. For self preservation, they claim that ethics without belief in God is always fearless and dutiful. They do not realize that gratitude to God is a fundamental part of ethics. It is observed that ethical codes without acknowledgement of God become ineffective.
Some, some devotees, some people, they accept ethics but don't accept God.
So some people they accept ethics but don't accept God,
Others don't accept ethics or God.
and others don't accept ethics or God.
So these are all people who are unable to practice devotional service.
So these are the people who are unable to practice devotional service.
If they don't have any ethics, if they don't follow any rules or regulations,
If they don't have any ethics, they don't follow any rules or regulations.
they become licentious
They become
people.
sorry, they become licentious
People.
people. 1.2, ethical atheist or atheistic workers. Commentary: where is the guarantee that those who benefit from atheistic ethics will not sacrifice ethics for their own interest? By examining their character, the ineffectiveness of their beliefs becomes apparent. When self interest clashes, they may adopt evasive or dishonest methods to protect their self interest, like a spider scurrying around, so- like a spider scurrying away when struck.
So, will God, strangers that God, He keeps people in the ethical path.
So the the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He keeps people in ethical part of life.
And they don't believe in God, and they can twist the ethics to suit themselves.
And if people don't believe in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then they can twist the ethics to for their convenience, for their self-interest. This is information gathered from Google. A long time ago, in a kingdom, spiders were held in high regard. Killing a spider was not only considered a dreadful sin, but also a great offense. One day, the minister approached the king and asked, Maharaj, what happens when a spider is killed? The king, upon hearing this, leaned forward with a roar and said, Killing a spider? That is a terrible sin, a great offense. Who is the scoundrel that has committed such a sinful act? The minister then replied, Your Highness, it is your son. The king then leaned back on his throne and said, Oh, well, when you kill a spider, it scurries away. What is it in Bangla?
মাকড় মারিলে ধোকর হয়।
Huh?
Louder.
মাকড় মারিলে ধোকর হয়।
It's a Bengali saying, when you kill a spider, it scurries away.
Kill and then
These individuals of the second category can be called atheistic workers.
so he was the king was following the ethic of killing a spider,
So the king was following the ethic of not killing a spider.
but when it was his son who killed the spider, he wasn't gonna
But when his son was the one who killed a spider, he let him go.
let it go.
Let it go. 1.3. Two types of ethical theists. The third category of Bahimukha Jana are known as ethical theists, and they are divided into two types. One, those who consider gratitude to God as a primary duty within ethics but do not acknowledge the existence of God. They believe that if one initially worships God with faith and later achieves the ethical result of good character, there is no harm in abandoning belief in God. This is the perspective of the first type of ethical theist. Number, number two type. The second type of ethical theist believe that through practices such as worship and evening prayers, the mind becomes purified. When the mind is purified, one attains knowledge of Brahman. And then there are no more duties for the soul. According to them, the relationship with God is only temporary and not eternal. Both of these types of ethical theists are averse to devotion.
So the two types of ethical theists
So these two types are ethical theists.
only worship God, offer prayers to God temporarily,
Only worship God and offer prayers to God temporarily.
and that once they achieve what they want, God will go.
And once they have achieved the purpose they wanted, then God can go. Forget him. 1.4. A hypocrite or pretender, like the cat or the heron, and those deceived by them. Commentary. Hypocrites are classified as the fourth type of Bahir Mukha Jana. They are of two kinds: Vaidela Vratika and those deceived by them. The Vaidela Vratika do not accept the Baraila, correct? The Baraila Vratika do not accept the eternality of real devotion, but always exhibit external signs of it. They aim to achieve some distant objective. When that objective is observed, they are rebuked by virtuous people. The Baidala Vratika clear the path of irreligion by deceiving the world. Many foolish people, being deceived by their external appearance, follow that path and ultimately become averse to God. Externally, they show signs of divine Vaishnavism, always chanting the holy name, detachment from the world, and sometimes speaking good words. However, in secret, their inner desires include trying for wealth and women, and they commit terrible acts of oppression. Many such sampradayas can be seen in many places.
So, some of the sampradayas do things like this.
So, some of the upper sampradayas do things like this.
So we should be very careful.
So, we should be very careful.
We don't want to be hypocrites.
We don't want to be hypocrites.
We don't want to show externally Vaishnavism and internally desire something else.
We don't want to practice externally Vaishnavism and internally desire something else:
Money,
money,
sense gratification.
sense gratification.
So, here it says that these pseudo Vaishnavas express outwardly all the signs of pure devotional service.
So here it is said that these pseudo Vaishnavas, they exhibit externally signs of Vaishnavism, pure Vaishnavism,
But internally they keep some of the desire and rush people.
but internally they keep some illicit desires and impress people, oppress people.
When Lord Chaitanya was exposed to these unethical people,
So when Lord Chaitanya spoke to these unethical people,
he he jumped into the Ganges water with all his clothes on.
he jumped into the Ganges water with all his clothes.
He felt very uh, all this is observant. Contaminated.
He felt very contaminated. Number 5, the fifth type of Bahijana, impersonalist. Impersonalists are considered the fifth category of Bahi Mukha Jana. According to their view, by engaging in devotion and worship, the mind becomes purified and the truth becomes clear. They believe liberation is the ultimate truth and the destruction of the self is liberation. When the individual self is annihilated, everything merges into a singular, indistinct state. According to them, devotion and God are not eternal. The feeling of servitude is only a means, not the end. While their views will not be discussed in detail here, it is briefly stated that for devotees, such individuals should be regarded as Bahi Mukha Jana and thus avoided. Otherwise, the principles of devotion will be undermined.
So, devotees consider that Bhakti Yoga is a goal.
So the devotees, they believe that the bhakti yoga is the goal.
But one should have devotion for the SDG.
They should have their goal is to have devotion for the supreme personality of Godhead.
What the impersonalists, how they think all these God and his devotional service are temporary.
But these impersonalists, they think that devotion to God and his different services, worship of God, is all temporary.
Everyone should set uh, all the Mayavadis are personalists.
Therefore, Lord Chaitanya said about Mayavadi impersonalist, Mayavadi sunile prashto higher
Mayavada,
Savanash.
Halasana, Hayasarvanash.
Mayavadi sunile hoile Savanash.
Are not supposed to hear the impersonalists talk.
So we're not supposed to hear the impersonalist talk. And the last, yeah, 1.6 polytheist. Those who acknowledge many gods are not single minded, and thus their association diminishes the steadfastness of devotion.
So, some people have faith in many gods,
So some people have faith in many gods,
and they don't have the singular steadfastness in one God,
they do not have single steadfastness in one God,
one supreme God.
in one supreme God.
So, what Chaitanya was very much against this type of way mind,
So Lord Chaitanya would,
against.
or Lord Chaitanya was against meeting such kinds of people. And we have reached the end.
Oh, Ranga.
Gauranga!
You want to say something?
No, no.
No, I just tomorrow we'll be taking breakfast at Gita Bhavan, so I just came to remind him that we have to end the class earlier, but you ended on time.
Guru Maharaj is blessing all the assembled devotees here and online.
Krishna Astu.
Krishner Matirastu. Breakfast will be in Gita. Guru Maharaj will be coming for the breakfast tomorrow in Gita Bhavan. Hari Bol. 9 o'clock. 8:30. So you have fruit prasadam distribution here. So please accept it before you leave. Srila Guru Maharaj ki.
See, since Purnima, according to the astrological calculation, starts before sunrise, ends before sunrise. So technically, now day is Purnima.
So since tomorrow, astrologically, the Purnima starts and it starts before the sunrise and goes past the sunset,
No, ends before the sunrise.
ends before the sunset.
Sunrise. Ends before the sunrise. So it is considered Purnima tomorrow.
It's on calendar.
This is according to the ISKCON calendar.
According to his con.
According to the what? It goes another day.
According to the Gaudiya Math, it goes the other way, other day.
After sunset, we're breaking fast.
So anyway, after sunset, we are breaking the fast.
Hari Bol, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Dear devotees, those who are physically present here for you, there is a special offer of the service by Guru Maharaj. There is a physical book table right to the left of you near the gate. Please do visit there and you can sponsor as per Guru Maharaj's offer. You can sponsor 30 Bhagavad Gita in this month. Tomorrow is the last day for this opportunity, which will be considered one book every day during Kartik month, and you will be yielding the spiritual benefit of 100 into 1000 times benefit every day for the whole Kartik month. And you have 24 hours more left to avail this opportunity. Many have already availed. You can also sponsor just one Bhagavad Gita for the remaining day, or one Bhagavad Gita and 10 books as a 1:10 ratio Guru Maharaj expecting. So welcome to Guru Maharaj's virtual book table. On this auspicious month, the offer I have already announced, Srila Prabhupada quotes, is Srila Prabhupada wrote to Damodara on January 9, 1973. Now, tax your brain to create programs for engaging wider and wider classes of the population in Krishna consciousness. So, yesterday we have seen one Prabhu who taxed his brain, and tomorrow we are going to see another example. So, in this connection, let's see the taxing brain example of Navina Nirada Dasa, Guru Srila Prabhupada's disciple. He says, in street distribution, everything goes quick. But in industries and large offices, you need a more sophisticated presentation. You sit and talk to the boss, convincing him to buy 10, 20, or 30 books, telling him about the kind of books you have, who you are, and what you want. To avoid wasting time, you always have to be sure you are talking to the right person. The owner, the boss, or one who can authorize your expenditure. Generally, you meet three types of bosses. Number one, he wants the books for himself and will pay a good price. Respect him. Number two, he takes many books for his employees, so you discount the books. And number three, he simply wants to donate to your cause. And according to the amount he gives, you give him a few books. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So, from physical book table, we have Vamsidhara Vishal Das, Group Mumbai, 14 Bhagavad Gita. Tribikram Mukunda Das, 30 Bhagavad Gita, 1 Gita every day for the entire Kartik months, accepting offer of Guru Maharaj. And today we have 3 Bhagavad Gita and 30 small books, Janeshwar Gauranga Das, Barshana Chitra Devidasi. And they also sponsoring 30 Bhagavad Gita, 1 Bhagavad Gita every day for the entire Kartik month. In the last moment, they grabbed that special mercy and blessings of 1 lakh times benefit. Balachandra Channa, Vinita Gandharvika, Devidasi Balavrinda, 4 small books. Balaji, Natarajan, Dhruva, Chinmay, Brajapriya, Devidasi from USA, 1 Bhagavad Gita and 10 small book for entire month, Kartik month, 1:10 ratio. Excellent. Nityananda Ramadas from Chennai, 30 Bhagavad Gita for 1 month, accepting the offer of Srila Guru Maharaj, 1 book every day for the entire Kartik month. Hemangi Gopeshwari Devidasi from USA, 30 Bhagavad Gita, each day 1 Gita for the whole Kartik month, accepting the offer of Guru Maharaj. Vrinda Vaishnavi Devidasi from USA, 30 Bhagavad Gita, 30 small books. Arun Sauri from USA, 30 Bhagavad Gita for Damodar month. And we have Nitai Haridas, Sachi Prana Gaura Haridas, Ramya Shubhanga Da Devidasi from New Panihati Dham, Atlanta, USA, 30 Bhagavad Gita and 300 small books. A 1:10 ratio for the entire month of Kartik. 1 book Bhagavad Gita and 10 books every day. Then we have from our Kasadesh devotees, Damini Devidasi and her family, 1 Gita and 10 books every day, and it's exactly 1:10 ratio. Janaki Pavani Devidasi and her family, 1 Bhagavad Gita and 10 small book. Gaurangi Devidasi, 1 Bhagavad Gita and 1 small book. Gayatri Devidasi, 1 Bhagavad Gita. And Prahlad Krishnadas, 10 Bhagavad Gita. Wang Lan Yu, 1 Bhagavad Gita. And Hemangiri Devidasi, 11 Bhagavad Gita. Students from Gauranga Institute of Vedic Awakening, GIVA, 1 Bhagavad Gita and 10 small book. Urukrama Prabhu Kalindi Sundari Ujjwala Nithai Deeptiman, 1 Bhagavad Gita and 10 small book. All of them are wonderfully demonstrating the whole world the 1:10 ratio, exactly what spells Srila Prabhupada's instruction to Guru Maharaj in this regard. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for being a role model and exemplary example in this regard. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai. Also, these devotees get a special Narsimha Puja in a few hours from now in Sri Dham Mayapur on the Rasa Purnima day tomorrow. All of you devotees also, please bless them by calling out Nitai Gauranga with me. Nitai Gauranga. And please pass on this wonderful opportunity of participating in the pastime of Guru Maharaj, distributing Srila Prabhupada books, even with a single Bhagavad Gita and 10 small books. Anytime you can WhatsApp in 24 hours, both day and night, to +91 94 34 76 0402. Stay tuned for tomorrow's Lord Chaitanya class and tomorrow morning breakfast. Guru Maharaj will be taking with you in Gita Bhavan at 9. And let's pray intensely for Guru Maharaj's health recovery, speedy and full recovery of health. And of course, our prayers include for all those who are celebrating their anniversaries today for their well-being and blissful Krishna consciousness. Please join me in the prayers. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Vaishnav Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patithanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.